Yo, what's going on, guys? So today I'm doing a Dopa Orianna review. It's been a while since I've done one of these. You can see here on his Mobalytics profile, his daily activity on his Korean account. Since really June, he hasn't been playing. He's played a game here, game there. This week he played a couple of games in the Korean server, and that's why I'm doing a review. The games on the Chinese server, which is what he's been grinding on, are kind of hard to get a hold of. I don't want to rip them from his stream. He has been grinding on the Chinese super server. Currently 700 points. Playing a lot of Orianna, a lot of Twisted Fate, and a couple of weird picks like the Camille. What else is he playing? Veigar. He likes Veigar at the moment. But today, of course, Unsealed Spellbook Orianna. I did a video on this a long time, probably 3-4 months ago, on how he loves this setup and how it's definitely unique to him. So without further ado, let's get into today's gameplay. Jumping onto the Rift now, taking a look at his rune page. He goes for that Unsealed Spellbook setup with the Magical Footwear, Biscuit Delivery, Time Warp Tonic, Taste of Blood, and Ghost Poro. Now, the thing I want to talk about this game is the Ghost Poro. You can see, interestingly, Dopa has a Sweeping Trinket. He hasn't used it. Why is it on cooldown? Okay, Dopa, as he enters the Rift, he buys a yellow trinket. You'll see him base here now. He buys a yellow trinket, instantly uses that in the base. When he bases here, you're going to be able to see a ward in the base. There's the ward. That's Dopa's ward. Places it. Swaps over to red trinket, leaves the base, recalls at 1 minute, swaps out to the yellow trinket from the red trinket, and you're good to go. This is going to be enabling the Ghost Poro. You're going to be getting adaptive bonuses for every Ghost Poro you spawn up till 10. So he just wants to get that instantly, get that adaptive starting to stack, and he's going to start getting that in the laning phase as opposed to a little bit later on if he were to come out of base, place it, and then swap. It's a little bit of an interesting strategy. Obviously, you're not getting any vision out early. But Dopa at the moment, he seems to be doing it every game. And look, are we going to question Dopa? Probably not. I don't mind it. Definitely, if you're not looking for an early invade, this is probably the go-to. It's going to give you the most damage early on with that adaptive increase. You can see here the laning phase into a Sylas. Look, I definitely think the matchup favors the Sylas. The Orianna can poke out a lot, especially if she has Airy. But she has no Airy in this matchup, so the Sylas can definitely dictate trades. And Dopa just has to finesse his way around the laning phase, use his spacing correctly, and get some harass off. But he's got to be careful. An Elise and a Sylas, that is definitely a potent combo that's going to be looking for ganks. As always, Dopa's not looking for a hard shove here into the Sylas matchup. Why would you look for a hard shove into the Sylas matchup? Just use logic. It's pretty much a suicide mission if you shove your waves. And you can see the Elise invading into the red side here. Dopa's going to grab a freeze, pull the 3 minions, ping away from the red buff to the Olaf, and just chill. The lane is in a great spot. He has that teleport early on as well. I'm expecting an early teleport back into something like the Corrupting Potion. He's just going to wait to try and get a small lane advantage into the Sylas. Use those biscuits when he can. And then slowly out-sustain him with the range advantage. So I wonder if Dopa is going to do a late rank 1 shove for this season, or if he's going to grind it at the start of next season. It's going to be very interesting. As always, like, he has never streamed on this account. This account has never been confirmed as his. Everybody just accepts it is his, because if he streams on this account, instantly it will be permanently banned. He just uses those like VPNs to disguise himself from the IP ban that he currently has on the Korean server for 1,000 years. Small CS lead for Dopa here. It's shoving into the Sylas. Dopa has 1 tick of Corrupting, 1 biscuit. Equal is the Sylas with his pots. Gonna be a hard shove. Dopa might look for a hard shove into an invade with the Olaf topside. Probably gonna be the most beneficial route. You can see right now the wave is hard shoving in. Sylas really doesn't want to give this. And if Sylas does give this, as the Elise picks up the Olaf, Dopa says, "You fucking idiot, jungle." He's going to look for the reset with about a 10 CS lead at the moment. It all depends if he needs to teleport back here. It depends if the Sylas can get the wave in. He probably can. Dopa instantly goes to the TP. Corrupting Potion. So he's going for that Dark Seal. It's going to synergize with the Corrupting Potion and the Sapphire Crystal, giving him a little bit more mana in this laning phase. Obviously, Orianna's, they always go for the Luden's Echo. And he's going to be looking for that Lost Chapter as soon as possible. Looking for an aggressive trade into the Sylas. I wouldn't really recommend this just because Sylas has the TP advantage. Any trade Dopa takes, the Sylas is just going to look to instantly back off and then come back to lane with fully replenished potions. The Dopa here just looking for a little bit of poke, but at the end of the day, Sylas will teleport back. And Dopa will be down 1 tick of potions because of it. This lane is going to shove into the Sylas right now. Dopa gets his top side controller out. Aatrox looking good top. And then Sylas, of course, TP's back. Dopa's champion pool right now looks like a lot of Orianna, a lot of Kassadin, a lot of Twisted Fate, a lot of Veigar. Outside that, he pretty much, he plays Camille every now and then. Sometimes Fizz. And that's kind of his full champion pool at the moment in this current meta. He's running a lot of Electrocute on Twisted Fate, which I like. I love the Electrocute setup. It's my preferred, my best win rate setup with that Electrocute. Look at this goddamn trading, man. Dopa's taking a lot of heat from that minion wave. But he comes out positive. Of course, Sylas can't get those Conqueror stacks off in that type of exchange. And Dopa's got the wave perfectly situated for an Olaf gank, but Olaf's bot. I would expect the Dopa ult here, just looking to either kill him or just zone him away. The best, like, obviously the best option is a kill. Second best is just making him retreat off the tower and losing more XP and CS. He knows Elise's bot side, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants here. Sylas looking for the rotate bot. Dopa is behind on the rotation. Coming through, coming through. That shield off on the Olaf. Give me that assist, boy. Grabs the assist. Stack onto that Dark Seal. He's going to move back mid. And he is just having a field day right now. There should be no comeback for the Sylas in this matchup. Dopa has got such a lead. Mainly due to him taking very low risk plays in the early game, which he always opts to do. If the jungler wants to suicide, Dopa lets the jungler suicide. He plays his own game. He plays his own pace. And he's most of the time not going to try and adjust that for a stupid invade or a risky 2v2 that's about a 50-50. He's not going to take the risk. Risk versus reward is all about Dopa's playstyle. Reset. Should be a lost chapter. He has boot delivery, remember, so he cannot pick that up. Swaps back to the yellow trinket. This red yellow trinket swapping is essential. Absolutely essential. And I see too many high elo pro players and players in general not optimizing it. It pretty much comes down to the red trinket allowing your yellow trinket to respawn faster. So if your yellow trinket is around about 45 to 50 seconds on cooldown out of base, swap to that red trinket. The next base you're going to have 2 fresh control wards, yellow trinket wards to go off. And it's just going to benefit you much more than having that on cooldown out of base. Gonna harass a little bit. Sylas has some great ults to steal, to be honest. Aatrox ult is always nice. The Lucian ult is one of the best. And that yellow trinket ward I always talk about in the mid lane. The Sylas grabs it out. It prevents a lot of backs. It prevents a lot of roams. It's a very essential mid lane ward to have. Especially if you're playing poke champions or you're against roaming champions. Things like Xerath, that deep ward's good into. Things like Twisted Fate, that ward is perfect. It's exactly what you want. Sylas grabs the blue. Dopa's just waiting for his. It looks like he probably won't be getting it for a while, but once he gets it, it is all over for the Sylas. As he steals away the Orianna ult, I don't think he can really do much with that. He has no flash. And Sylas E-flash. E-Orianna ult into flash instantly is a pretty lethal combo. You'll probably die from it. Not really much you can do. Down levels. You can see he's hovering. Ooh, Dopa. Wait. No, that was the Sylas ult. I'm like, what the fuck? Sylas ults the wave for the wave clear. You can see Dopa always hovers towards his jungle side, guys. Always hover towards your jungler, okay? It's one of the most important aspects of the mid lane. Sometimes hovering against them to try and like mind game them with vision and stuff. You can do that in high elos. Lower elos, I feel like people don't really realize that and they're not gonna, just stick to the basics. You don't really need to. As he picks up a double kill on the roam. Straight over vision, doesn't matter, hard forces it. And he's going to run straight back into the mid lane. He really wants this blue buff, so hopefully off this spawn, he grabs that blue. He has also changed to cleanse. This is going to be preventing the Elise ganks that I was talking about earlier. And that's why he favors his setup so much. It is so flexible. You can do, honestly, you can do anything with this setup. And Orianna is just the perfect champion for it. Orianna can just do everything. Shields, zone control, wave clear. By Orianna usually in the metas, she rises up when everything else gets weakened. She comes to becoming very strong. Right now, Syndra in the meta is definitely preventing the Orianna. I think the Syndra pick is really good into the Orianna. There's a couple of other champions you want to be careful picking the Orianna into, and that's why we're not seeing it in pro play. At the end of the day, I doubt we'll be seeing any Orianna at Worlds. It's going to be mostly for control mages. It's going to be mostly Syndra. And he's going to beautifully pick up a couple of plates here. Sylas has TP in a couple of seconds, though. Dopa drops that cleanse, knows the teleport's up. He'll have enough for Ludens on this base. 99 CS at 1040, it's pretty good pacing. He should be en route for 10 CS per minute, as long as he doesn't drop a death with big waves stacking. How is the map looking in general? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a 4k gold lead for this blue side. I would say it's almost a done deal already. Just looking at the comps, the Elise is going to fall off very hard into the Olaf. The Aatrox versus Camille matchup. The Aatrox is too far ahead. Camille definitely wins that matchup, especially in the side lane once she gets the Grievous wounds in. But the Camille is too far behind. I doubt Roach is going to come into the game at any point. I'm going to track this Sylas. I would be... Yeah, he's not going to let him come in the mid lane. Sylas is out of position here. Drops the ult. W. Hello? Lucian? Wait. Takes that motherfucker out. And now they're going to run down mid. He's got Herald. It's pre-14. They're going to get the platings as well. An absolute field day. Gold lead will increase for blue side. Nice. Well, what second item he's going to go for? I know he sometimes likes the Spellbinder. Probably some type of healing reduction. Probably a Morello is decent. They've got Gragas. They've got Sylas. They've got Elise. We'd definitely be giving some gold efficiency with those items. Look for another bot side roam. Lucian has a CS lead, but the Sylas... Sorry, the Kai'Sa... Still pretty strong. Got that Cull stacking as well. Did she? She must have started Cull. What an absolute psychopath. You can see his teleport. Dopa has teleport and heal now. With no flash, guys. People, you just replace your flash with something. Ghost is a very good option. Obviously, it's another mobility spell. Same with heal. And the heal is just going to be allowing him to survive a little bit more in these trades. Or maybe he'll just boost it for the movement speed if he needs to evade at least Cocoon. Merc treads. TPing bot. It is a very deep TP. It should be a double. Grabs death. Nice little ult. Alma takes the kill. 9 stacks on the Dark Seal. I'm going to say Dopa will be going a Soul Stealer. It's unlikely he dies this game. He's just trying to push his lead as much as he can. Dude, I love the Orianna Olaf synergy, man. You just put the ball in the Olaf. Olaf just fucking flashes and headbutts everything, and you just pop your ult. He just wants to get as close to the action as he can. That's his game plan anyway. And that's perfect for you with your ball control. But yeah, I'll be pumping out another Dopa review. I'm waiting for a really nice Twisted Fate game I can review. His go-to setups right now. I mean, look, there is a lot of diversity in Twisted Fate setup right now. The Klepto, the Electrocute, the Comet. What else do we have? The Unsealed Spellbook is still definitely getting some... Ooh, the Gragas. This Kyria guy, I love this guy. He's so fucking... He's such a nice support player. Him in Deft duo all the time, but Kyria always has a bloody duo ready to go. Always. Ten stacks on the Dark Seal. 100% he's going for that Medjai's Soul Stealer. Double Mountain as well. It really is set up. At the end of the day, they can stall for the next 6 minutes until the Baron. Then they just rush the Baron with the Double Mountain, take them about 5 seconds flat. And then just siege up, end the game. They have very good siege in my opinion. not really siege, they just have perfect dive. You just simply put the ball on Aatrox or Olaf and you just pull the trigger. Karma shielding, you're good to go. I'm gonna siege up this top side. This poor Camille. Roach is a very good player. I played with Roach a couple of times and he is a freak. He is a freak. Why is Elise there? I didn't even see how she got there. I assume she is in tank. I assume. Looking like that typical Korean whitewash game where you just take over. Grex isn't giving up. Hope we're going deep in. He might actually drop here. Roach pops the ult. Dopa has nothing and he's going to drop there. And this could be the comeback for the red side team. Aatrox, let's go, buddy. Deft, goodbye. Goodbye, my friend. I love Korean, dude. Koreans love those emotes. Funny as fuck. Ooh, the Silas. Can't quite land his skill shots, but the Camille's coming in. She'll drop here. Cocoon go wide. Does Camille drop? Ah, yeah, she's done. She's done. Double kill for the Aatrox. Dopa's out of base. He does go for the Soul Stealer, but after he died, I don't know, man. This is a bit of a stretch. Obviously, he has his flash now. He knows he can probably survive. Just play very passive in a team fight. Drop his balls just for the assist, the shield, and he'll just pick up stacks by stacks if he plays passive from now on. But yeah, Orianna's a champion in pro play that usually pops up as a counter pick to things like the Cassiopeia. I think it's pretty good into the Rise as well, but both of those picks aren't really getting picked as much at the moment. The Cassio, the Rise aren't really very meta. That is why we're not seeing much Orianna at all. The pro play meta right now is actually very interesting though. We're seeing a lot more bruiser heavy champions like the Rumble, like the Renekton, and even like, I mean, at the end of the day, Conqueror Silas, what is that? That's, in my head, that's pretty much a bruiser. Aatrox even, man, like, very interesting mid lane meta. It's not as though you can't play other champions, it's just that, you know, these things like the Renekton, they're just perfect for early game pressure. They can build Tiamat, perma-shove, and they're just going to take over the game, win those early skirmishes, lots of mobility. One thing that I could be interesting is Jarvan mid. I'll have to give it a go, man, but I can't see why Jarvan mid wouldn't work in this current meta. Great engage, great escape. You can poke, maybe go a Comet lane. Maybe a grasp into something like the shorter range matchups. We'll see, we'll see. Even the Pantheon from Doonby. I think he played that in the LPL semifinals on the weekend. Of course, the LPL is a patch behind, so that's not reworked Pantheon. I do believe reworked Pantheon is pretty dog shit. It feels very bad in the mid lane. 18 stacks for Dopa now. Just waiting for the end. At the end of the day, the 10k gold lead at 18. I wonder if they wait for the Nash. I'm surprised the Korean team hasn't just FF'd. I don't know why they wouldn't. A lot of shutdowns on the blue side though. I guess if they turn one team fight, maybe they're back in action. Maybe they steal Nash. I'm excited though, man. I should be, ooh. No, but that's not how it works, buddy. I should be headed to Worlds in a couple of weeks for the boot camps. I'm very excited. Hopefully I get a face off against some of these big names in European solo queue. We're seeing Doonby qualify. We're seeing Faker. Who else are we seeing? Hopefully Knight. I really want the mid laner Knight to qualify. Of course, we have Jensen, Nemesis, Caps. Got some big name mid laners coming in. Should be Zhao who should be there as well. I'm excited for Worlds this year, man. I'll be there. I'll be supporting my favorite team, Team Liquid. And also just watching the Koreans and the Chinese players duke it out against the Europeans. We're probably European, I'd say Europe and... I mean, look, Europe. Who are we saying the finals are? The favorites are. I'm saying G2. I'm saying SKT probably look dominant. China just looks fifth, dude. They're just a coin flip region. Pure aggression. I don't know if they're going to show up or not. IG have just played absolutely horrendous this split after winning Worlds. It looks like IG might go to Worlds just by default points from split 1. Hit the Nexus, boy. That's it for my review today, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed. Hope you've learned something using your games. I'll catch you next time.